Today we are looking at the formulas for surface area and volume of prisms. So this first day we're talking about surface area and volume. So things to remember. The lateral faces of a prism are all rectangles. So in our triangular prism over here, our lateral face is this rectangle right here. And we do have lateral edges. It's where two of those rectangles connect. And your shape that isn't a rectangle is your base. And if all of your sides are rectangles, the rectangle that the prism is sitting on is your base. This right here with the right angle is your height. And where your base and your lateral face meet up is a base edge. So we're looking at different surface areas and volume today. So total surface area is the area of all of the sides added together. The lateral surface area is the area of just the lateral faces. So that means for a prism, it's the area of your rectangles that are not your base. Okay, and volume is only for a three-dimensional figure, and it's how many unit cubes that would fill that object. So we've got some formulas when we're looking at these different lateral surface area, total surface area, and volume. So first off, some things you need to know. Capital P stands for perimeter of your base. Capital B is the area of your base. And the H is for the height of your prism. Not to be confused with the height that could be in your base if you're dealing with a triangle. So those are different heights. So our formula for lateral area for a prism is our perimeter times our height. So it's the perimeter of our base times our height. So our perimeter here would be A plus B plus C times our height, which is H. Our total surface area, again, is our perimeter times our height plus 2 times the area of our base. And volume is the area of our base times our height. So when we work these problems, I need you to figure out which part is your base. I need you to find your perimeter of that base and your area of that base. And I need you to figure out what your height is for your overall prism. So on this next one, we're finding the lateral area, surface area, and volume of this prism. And we need to find the perimeter of our base. And our base, again, it's the rectangle that is sitting on. So it's that rectangle. So we're going to do 8 plus 8 plus 6 plus 6. And that equals 28 centimeters. And then we need to find the area of our base. And our base is a rectangle, so we're going to do 8 times 6, which is 48. And our height for our prism is 12. So now that we have those things, we can plug them into our different formulas. So to find our lateral area, we're going to take our perimeter times our height, so 28 times 12. and that equals 336 centimeters squared. And then we're going to find our total surface area. And our formula for total surface area is perimeter times height plus 2 times the area of our base. So our perimeter is 28 times our height, which is 12, plus 2 times the area of our base, which is 48. And that gets us 432 centimeters squared. And then we're looking at volume. Volume is the area of our base times our height. So we have our area of our base, it's 48, times our height, which is 12. So we've got 48 times 12, which is 576 centimeters cubed. So notice that volume, our unit changed to centimeters cubed. Both of our areas were centimeters squared. Next up, we're dealing with a triangular prism, which means that the triangle is our base. Now we can find the area of our base because we have the height and base of that triangle given to us. So 6 times 5 divided by 2. And that is 15. And we do need to find the other side of our base, which means we're going to need to use Pythagorean theorem. And we are looking for our hypotenuse. So it's going to be 6 squared plus 5 squared equals x squared. And 6 squared is 36 plus 5 squared, which is 25, equaling x squared. And we're going to add these together and get 61 equaling x squared. And that means that x is the square root of 61. Yes, I'm going to leave that there until I put it in for something. So we need to find our perimeter now. So we're going to take our two sides that we know, 6 plus 5, plus the side we just found, the square root of 61. And that gets us 18.81. Okay, and then our height is 7. Now I know that you're going, some of you are going, that's not our height, it's laying down. It is actually our height because 5 is the height of the triangle, it's not the height of the prism. So now we need to find our lateral area. So lateral area, remember, was perimeter times height. So we take our perimeter of 18.81 times our height of 7. And that gets us 131.67 centimeters squared. And then we need our total surface area. Remember, our total surface area is perimeter times height plus 2 times the area of our base. So that's going to be 81, times 7 plus 2 times 15. And that gets us 161.67 centimeters squared. And then we need to find our volume. Our volume formula is area of our base times our height. And the area of our base was 15 times our height of 7. And 15 times 7 is 105 centimeters squared. Or it's not squared, centimeters cubed, because we're dealing with volume. So some things that I do recommend. I do recommend that every time you find your base, your perimeter, and your height before you continue on with the problem. I also recommend writing down your formula so that you are actually using the correct formula for what you're looking for. I also recommend putting down your units, potentially even before you work the problem, so you don't forget to write your units.